Hey y'all, peace on earth and love and light to you. Okay, so something new that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing something called coupled videos. I think that's what I'm going to call them. Because there's a lot of times where, like, I'm doing a video and I get, like, the exact opposite to talk about. And then sometimes in comments, people say, yeah, I'm having this situation, but I'm also having this situation too. It'd be just like the opposite. Or, some people just say, my situation is not that, it's the opposite. And then sometimes I go ahead and I do the opposite of the video and I upload it at a different time. But I'm going to try to be more specific, and if it's just like the direct opposite to another video, then I'm just going to upload them at the same time, and I'm going to put a couple videos, and then you guys can just like watch them all at one time, so I just did, like, an example. I just did a video about dreams, like just interpreting your dreams, and I do dream interpret. So I was telling people last time what my prices was if you want a personal reading, but my dream interpreting prices are different. It's just like one set price, but email me for that if it's not in the description. And also I did the coupled video to that, which was about nightmares. And in that nightmare video, I was talking about fears. So I don't know if this was going to be completely separate, because I think this is a separate thing, or if I'm going to upload this one at the same time I'm uploading those other two to be like in a couple videos. Yeah, I think this was going to be separate because it's like fears is just so in general. So yeah, but look out for my coupled videos, you guys. So be led to a deck. I'm not going to give them any names. I'm not going to say 1, 2, or 3, 3, 2, 1, or anything like that. ABC, nothing like that. Just be led to a deck, and we're going to see. I didn't tell you guys what this video is about. I said fears, right? This is going to be, how can I let go of this fear? Get out of this fear, let this fear go, something like that. Whatever I decide to name it, I don't know. So this is something that you fear and you want to know how to get out of it. Maybe I can tap into it, see exactly what the fear is. I don't know. So we're going to start with this one first. They all got 2 underneath. We're going to start with this deck first, and we're going to see how can you let go of this fear. Okay, so this one, I like when they're not hard to interpret. This is just someone who has a lot going on in their mind. You see that? And you see the butterflies. Maybe you should watch my butterfly video and get some advice from that. And butterflies, they're such freeing creatures. They're just about coming into yourself and just being free. So that's what I'm seeing. You have a lot of thoughts in your head and a lot of mind battles, and I guess you are having dreams about this stuff at night too. And you just need to free this. This take a moment card. And you know what I don't like to do? I don't like to read these because this message is so much deeper than just this right here. So I don't like to read this. But in this case, I'm going to read it because I just feel like Spirit wants me to. So it says, stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Oh my gosh, you guys, guess what? That resonates with me because just a little while ago, I told myself that I was going to do something, but then I stopped myself and I said, you know what? Let me clear some things from out of my mind first, because I don't think I'm going to make the right decision. And you guys, that's something I've grown to do. When I know I'm confused about something, sometimes we continue to get blocks. If you continue to get blocks about something, or if you're confused about something, try not to make whatever decision you have to make right then and there. because sometimes like that decision you're making might be a little diluted. It might not be, the best thing to do until you clear your mind. And I was just saying that before I started this video. I was just something else, something random that goes on in my life I wanted to make a decision about, and I just said that. So that's what we have to do sometimes. Don't rush into a decision. I know I have a pick a card yes or no video for when you have to make decisions really quick. But if you don't have to, then stop and just, pause for a minute and just say, you know what, let me clear my mind first, okay? So you guys know what I do when I want to clear my mind. I listen to Japanese instrumentals. I love, love, love them so much, and it just really clears my mind. I did a crown chakra, it really helped, like a crown chakra meditation, earlier today also. And I'm not, on this card, I'm not going to request that you cleanse any chakras. I don't think you have to unless you just want to, because as we grow, you guys, you can have a balanced chakra one day, and then the next day you go through something, and then you go through something, and then you have to balance your chakra. So whatever this is something in your past, okay? This memories card here, I always look at it as something that happened in your past and something you're reflecting on, okay? You know what? In the last video, I was talking about being traumatized. So if you're still thinking about something that happened in your past, it's most likely a traumatic situation, and that's what this fear is. But you know how you're going to release this fear? This is very simple, okay? You're going to just stop and think about whatever you have to do, whatever you're doing, it doesn't even have to be about a decision. You're going to have to stop and think about this, about what you're doing, the fear that you have is irrational, right? So whenever those fears come, just stop and release that fear. Say, this is a fear. This is not healthy. This is not real. I release it. You're just going to have to continue to do that, you guys. I've had to do that before. And you know what? Your mind is going to kind of catch up with itself. And it's going to not just trigger. See, if you've been traumatized and your mind just always, there's any little noise or sound that just triggers you into just thinking that, this fear is real when it's not even real. Okay, the kids are destroying the room up in there. But you know what? Any kind of noise or sound, like I was saying, I hope that didn't trigger someone's fear when kids knock something over in there. But because I get like that sometimes when I hear certain noises outside. But that just triggers your brain. That's what a traumatizing situation is. It will trigger your brain into automatically acting the way it did when that fear first occurred. Or maybe this fear has happened more than one time with you, and that's why you're traumatized. Okay, so you're just going to have to deactivate that. Okay? So, in the way you're going to have to deactivate that, it's basically tell yourself you're deactivating it. Whenever that fear comes, whenever that trigger comes, you stop it right then and there and say, this is fear, this is unreal, this is not healthy, okay? It might take a couple of times, okay? Don't get so hard on yourself and feel like you're just, this loser or weak person or lame person for feeling this way, because your fear is irrational. But that's what traumatizing situations do to you. They traumatize you and make you scared of stuff for no reason at all. And that's how you're going to get over that, okay? Take a moment, do a spiritual bath, you guys. I do these sometimes. Every single time I do it, it's always a success, and you will know it, okay? And that's exactly how you're going to get over that fear, by stopping that thought right there in the track, because this is a memory. This is something traumatizing. So let's go to this one. Let's see how you're going to get over this fear. Okay, find your center. Soul power. This is somebody that needs to stand up for themselves. Okay. You know what? I heard somebody say this. I don't quite remember the person who said this. Find your center. This is saying you have to find who you are. You have to be soul power. It's kind of saying that too. Find who you are. Stand up for yourself. You have the power. This is someone who hasn't yet came into who they are. You've let a lot of negativity come into you, and that has... Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to do a part 2 or kind of try to combine these videos together because my camera stopped. I was saying that this is someone who has just kind of been tainted by a lot of negativity that people have thrown towards you, okay? And the fear that I feel like the fear is you just being afraid to stand up for yourself, because it seems like you're just kind of intimidated about some people. And I'm hoping that you're willing to admit that, because I'm feeling like someone is like, no, I'm not intimidated. Because you might not be, but I am feeling someone who is intimidated by some people. The way you're going to get over this fear, for one, knowing who you are, finding out who you are. Because once you are confident in who you are, and you're confident about the decisions and that you've made in life, you're confident about the decisions you made in life, and you stand on those decisions. You know, I was about to say earlier, like, I heard someone say, even if you have to go to people with, like, your knees shaking, if you have to just go to them really nervous, still stand up for yourself. You have the power to do this, okay? You have the power to change the situation. I'm just looking at someone who's, the fear is you're wondering where this fear is coming from, and it's just coming from you not really being settled within yourself. And the way you're going to do this is just finding out who you are, your likes and dislikes, and standing on those things. And you know what? And for some people, it's really not about that. It's just really more so about you just standing up for yourself and telling yourself no. And if you want to know what this fear is about and where this fear came from, this is just something that you've just been through. You've just been through this a lot throughout your life. People kind of telling you what to do and not really respecting your decisions. Maybe you're kind of young, but even if you're young, you just keep getting disrespected and disrespected. You know what? You're going to have to take up for yourself, because, you know, anyone older than you, they should know better, and they should know that they can't disrespect you like that. You know, and you're going to have to take up for yourself, okay? Once you start taking up for yourself, the more you practice taking up for yourself, the more this fear will disappear. The more this will go away. Okay? So, that's all for this one. Those of you related to the last one. Let's see what your fear is and how we can get rid of it. Okay. This is someone who has a lack of faith. Okay, I don't know exactly what you're fearful about, because it seems like the reason you're scared of whatever it is because you don't have the faith to get you through. Okay, so I've said this before. Just talking to people in my everyday life, I always tell them, you know what, when you don't know which way to go, the best thing that you can do is have faith. That is the only thing that you can do. Okay? Because, like, sometimes that's just life. In our spiritual team, this is saying someone is not, you have not been staying, you're not, the fact that you don't have faith is because you don't really practice, a lot of spirituality like you should. I hear some of you kind of talk about it, but you don't practice it. You know, you don't talk to your angels. You don't talk to your spirit guides. You don't consult with your angels. You don't consult with your spirit guides. And maybe this has something to do with your past, the reason that you are kind of disconnected. But this is encourage you to stay connected with your spiritual team, okay? The more you stay connected with your spiritual team, the more you're going to get to know them. You're going to know how angels work. You're going to know how demons work or negative entities work. You're going to know how your creator work if you believe in a God. You're going to know, once you see how they work and once you see how much they are on your team and you get to know your team, your spiritual team and your spiritual guys. And, you guys, it's so important. I want to say important, yes, but not only important, it's just so special to be a part of a spiritual team, because we all are born with, angels around us. But to have a certain spiritual team with like your guides, if you believe in unicorns or fairies or archangels, angels, and whoever come to help us, ascended masters, give us or our ancestors, whoever is around us to give us messages and help us out throughout life. You guys, that is such a blessing. And you might want to try to sit down and get to know them. And, and just by the more you work with your angels, that's the more you get to know them, okay? Work with them by asking them, I'm feeling down today. Can you help me with that? Or, I'm feeling excited today. Thank you, angels, for bringing this towards me. And they'll start communicating with you more. And you will lose this, like this hope card was here. Because I feel like that's what you're always doing, hoping and not having faith. This is just someone who has a lack of faith. That's where this fear is coming from. Your fear is because of a lack of faith. Okay, so you guys, I've been there. Like, if you don't have faith, you most definitely will fear. You're gonna fear everything, because the only way we get out of most of these situations is by believing. Even if you don't believe in a higher power, you can believe in yourself. And I know that's one thing Nicki Minaj always talks about, how much she believed in herself. And she always saw herself getting to a certain place in her life. She talks about that all the time. When no one else believes in you, you believe in yourself. Whatever this fear is, and if you need a personal reading, let me know. Go to the description, and my email is in the description. And if you need a personal reading, let me know. And that is how you're going to lose this fear, okay? By practicing your faith. And once you start practicing, once you start getting to know your spiritual guides better, connecting with your spiritual team better, then it's going to be easier for you to have this faith, because you're going to know what to have faith in. So that is all, you guys. Continue to come and grow with me and subscribe. Bye. Oh, let me know down in the comments if any of this resonated with you, or if you just want to talk or ask a question or something like that. That's all, you guys. Bye.